Here in Jacksonville. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Take right open. Kill, I'm gone.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Straight ahead, ETN.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's ETN. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Here's ETN.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua out to his left.
Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Here's 2nd and 3. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Here's Mostert.
A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Mostert.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert able to take it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins have cut the lead back down to 2. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look for.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
ETN up the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run with ETN. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Lawrence rolling to his left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. ETN going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence rolling to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They go play action now. Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their advantage. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
All right, fellas, listen up.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa sliding out of the pocket. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. From the 21, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. On play action, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jackson. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lawrence will throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit. We're not even at halftime.
They throw it out right complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. On 1st down, Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now whistles here. And I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And it's 2nd down.
11.
A handoff for ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Lawrence. And it's caught. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2 are going to try and go quickly here. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Back near his goal line, here's Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll have the Dolphins 1st down as he gets this up past the 30. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Now Tua signaling to change things up. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Tua now on 1st down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ballgame as it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Tua. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about In your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Here's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 51 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Sanders on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about them.
Oh, the turnover fest continued. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Now Lawrence to throw.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. And quickly they get to the line.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Kill.
And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. 2nd and 7.
Complete to Tyreek Hill. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Was that the incorrect read or just more air on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss because now you're dealing with a 4th down.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
They're right here. How about 2?
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it.
It's complete. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And they'll run here with ETN.
Oh, some strong running. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
ETN with it.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
He was brought down by Brandon Jones.
Lawrence will throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
It's not letting me pick a play. Mine's not either.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Calvin Ridley, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And now they're in the hurry-up.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Getting this quickly to Berrios. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40-yard line.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Dolphins.
And he'll complete this one to Berrios. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. We're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
5 yards on the play.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught. And it'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Complete to Durham's play. A gain of 7. First down, Miami.
throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Dolphins first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll try it now with Mostert. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get a double-A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now Lawrence now he has this complete to Strange, the tight end. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Now Lawrence. Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. That one looks like he'll throw here. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Lawrence. That is intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. But he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, have some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go 52.
Now ETN to start the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Lawrence eluding the pressure right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Here's Lawrence to throw. His throw incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
What can they come up with here?
Hey, I'm gun.
It's 3rd and 7. ETN up the middle. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they can line things up for them to kick the field goal.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Bigsby. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll run. It's ETN. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. McManus's point after is good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Throwing Tua. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about it.